Jennifer Garner.
We're about to watch the Deadpool and Wolverine pitch meeting from the Pitch Meeting YouTube channel. I want to say this one time before we get into it. If you guys have ever wanted to make videos like Ryan George, his pitch meeting or his sketch videos, he actually made a video detailing how he does his setup, and he doesn't even use equipment that's crazy expensive.
Really?
He really lays out a whole bunch of stuff in like 10 minutes. If you guys ever want to see that, check that out. It's called How I Shoot My Videos. I'll link it in the description below. Anyway, Deadpool and Wolverine pitch meeting. Here we go.
So, you have a Deadpool movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like you're a little scared.
Well, this is our first time diving into this crazy R-rated stuff like this.
Right.
So just, be gentle.
You got it, sir. Don't worry. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, so how
unquote.
at the end of Logan he died, that heroic death?
Yeah, beautiful ending, very emotional.
Well, at the start of this movie, Deadpool's gonna dig up his decomposed corpse and kill a bunch of guys with his bone.
Oh my God.
awesome.
You're okay.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, in 2018, Deadpool uses the time travel device from Deadpool 2 to go to Earth 616 and meet with Happy Hogan and try to join the Avengers.
He's from several movies. Oh boy, that's a very fun cameo.
Oh, okay, if that's your reaction to that cameo, that's the tip of the cameo. Oh, it is.
Yeah, one of the main audience reactions I'm going for with this movie is, hey.
That's the most satisfying way to say hey. I agree.
I said it
So
so
anyway,
many
6
times.
years later, Deadpool is brought into the TVA by this guy Paradox.
He barely touched on the whole rated R bit. I'm convinced Ryan Reynolds went way harder, thinking, oh, they're gonna totally tell me to cut this out, cut this out. And Disney was like, that's fine. Someone was telling me Disney only had 2 notes.
Really?
Yeah, so they left it for the most part alone. You pretty much got the director's cut of that movie.
That's amazing.
That's remarkable.
Especially for Disney.
So anyway, 6 years later, Deadpool is brought into the TVA by this guy Paradox, who tells him his timeline is dying because the anchor being Logan has died.
Anchor being? Yeah, each timeline has one and can't keep going without it.
What about the millions of years before anchor beings are born? And if them dying kills a timeline, does that mean they're all supposed to be immortal? I have so many questions. Shut up about all of them. It's just a reason for Deadpool to go find a Wolverine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's a
Paradox
MacGuffin.
Mercy kills his timeline. Deadpool grabs a tempad and goes to search for a replacement. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's going to be a very fun multiverse montage. There's going to be a short Wolverine. There's going to be one played by Henry Cavill.
Short Wolverine was my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Good cameo.
Listen, sir, are you going to react like this to every single cameo?
Yes.
Well, cameos are kind of one of the main things we do in this movie, so maybe I should just list them all for you, get it out of the way.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that.
Chris
Here we
Evans
go.
is Johnny Storm.
He's from the Fantastic.
I know. Then there's Wesley Snipes as Blade, Jennifer Garner as Elektra, Daphne Keane as X-23. We've got Channing Tatum as Gambit, Aaron
Which is
Stanford as
amazing.
Pyro, Tyler Mane as Sabretooth. We've got Toad, we've got Juggernaut, we've got Nathan Fillion, Blake Lively, Matthew McConaughey. Sir?
Wait a second. Wait. Nathan Fillion? What did Nathan Fillion do?
I think he was one of the Deadpools.
Oh.
So they slipped, in the big mass of Deadpools, they slipped Blake Lively in.
I caught that. Well, I've read that somewhere that it was his wife.
Matthew McConaughey is Cowboy Pool.
I read that.
I'm imagining Nathan Fillion was slipped in there as one of the Deadpools because I didn't specifically see him either.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Is he in a coma?
I don't know. Wait, do you think I'm a doctor?
Well, dang it, I told my wife this white jacket she got me would make me look like a doctor. I'm just another producer guy.
Oh.
Great.
Can I keep pitching my movie to you?
Sure, let's go.
So anyway, I was telling the other producer guy the movie's gonna be a great vehicle for cameos.
And what were the cameos exactly?
I'm not going through that again. So anyway, Deadpool finds the worst Wolverine, and then the TVA sends them to this void filled with superhero cameos.
Okay. And this Wolverine
Okay.
doesn't like Deadpool, so they're gonna fight a bunch.
Don't they both regenerate? They do, yes.
And
It's
the
gonna be
fights
just
are
a ton
amazing
of
for it.
stabbing with no stakes.
Sick. And Deadpool's gonna crack a bunch of jokes about how Disney and Marvel isn't good anymore. Stuff's going so bad.
It's kind of hurtful.
And how multiverses just aren't very compelling.
Just to be clear, this is a multiverse movie, right? Yeah, but if you point out
in the best
thing
way.
you're doing, that makes it okay for some reason. I'm breaking the fourth wall, and I'm okay with it.
So anyway, now Deadpool.
Okay, is that called hanging a lantern?
Yes.
That's the phrase, hanging
I
a
believe
lantern.
so, yes.
I need to verify this once and for all.
Quadruple check.
The tricks writers use to draw attention to a plot inconsistency or credibility breach rather than hiding it. Gotcha.
Hang a lantern.
Hang a lantern. All right. I feel so much better. That itch has been scratched after 4 years.
Because they hung a huge lantern on this one.
What was the first thing he mentioned in this?
A ton of stabbing with no stakes. Sick.
Oh, it was the fight scene.
Yeah,
so
the fights.
I noticed that as well while watching it. It's like you have two characters fighting that just regenerate, right?
Yeah.
Who cares? That was the feeling I had afterwards, which is like, I understand there's no stakes. Like from a objective standpoint, there is really no point to this fight scene other than pure unadulterated fun.
Yes.
That's it.
1,000%. That was going to be my argument. Deadpool even straight up says, let's give the fans what they want.
Exactly.
As they go into their first fight, and it's amazing. And then they have another one. And I think my favorite line is when they're just destroying the crap out of the Honda Odyssey.
Yeah.
I take it back. The Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
I'm breaking the fourth wall, and I'm okay with it. So anyway, now Deadpool and Wolverine need to get out of this cameo void to go save the timeline. Okay. So some bad cameos bring them and Johnny Storm to the leader of the
bad
void,
cameos.
Cassandra Nova. And what's her deal? Well, she's Charles Xavier's twin, so powerful mind, baldiful head. Oh boy. Yeah, but she's evil. Why? Because she's antagonistic. Got it. And she's gonna absolutely
That's all she needs.
decimate Johnny Storm, rip his skin off, turn him to blood and bones. Oh my god. Yeah, I figure we continue the trend from Doctor Strange where a Fantastic Four character dies a horrible death. Kind of a weird
my
trend to
goodness.
develop, but okay.
They're just going off one by one.
I didn't even connect that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You had that cameo that people really wanted.
Yes.
John Krasinski, because they were like, I don't know if shipping is the right word, but they were championing him to be, Reed Richards for the longest time, only to take it away from you.
So then Cassandra leaves Deadpool and Wolverine to be killed by Eliath, the big smoke monster from Loki. She doesn't just kill them too? No, because the movie's not done and they need to escape, so they escape. Oh, good for them. And then they're gonna meet up with Blade and Elektra and X-23 and Channing Tatum as Gambit. Channing Tatum never played Gambit. No, sir, but he almost did.
But we're
And let me
making it
tell you,
happen.
People that paid attention to casting news in 2014 for films that were ultimately canceled are gonna love that cameo. Pretty specific target.
I was
you're
that
aiming for
person.
there, and I intend to hit it. I imagine you will. So Wolverine's gonna have a nice scene with X-23, and she's gonna make him feel better about all the X-Men dying in his timeline. That's sweet. And that convinces him to be heroic, so they go confront Cassandra again. Very exciting. And they get her to open this big old Doctor Strange portal hole to go back to their timeline. Strange holes are tight. But now Cassandra decides she wants to destroy all timelines and just keep the void. Why? Because it's the time in the movie when we raise the stakes. Oh, okay. So she sends like 100 Deadpool cameos to fight them. They're all Deadpool, so they all regenerate. Well, there's one nice Deadpool that doesn't have that power, so he dies. But other than that, this is a giant fight scene where none of the fighters can get hurt. Yeah, there's no way they're not all gonna be okay, but it's gonna look very cool and be an entertaining way for an audience to spend 3 to 4 minutes of their time, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
You know what?
Yeah, I agree.
I guess you're right. So Cassandra wants to destroy all the timelines. Yeah, but they find out that if they cut power to this time ripper machine, they can save the day, but it'll kill whoever does that. Wow, so it's gonna be impossible for both of them to survive till the end of the movie. Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yep.
Oh, really? Yes, he turns out it would kill one person, but they both use their bodies as conductors, and so they're okay. Oh. Yeah, the power of two. Oh, that's got a nice ring to it. I'm gonna mention that to the Star Wars team, see if that inspires them. That sounds like it's gonna be good.
Okay, you haven't seen The Acolyte. It's a meme you need to look up, but there's a whole thing.
Understood.
Episode 3, where the witches are doing a whole like
Which thing?
I don't remember all the words, but it's like the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, and it's like y'all got like so much money to hire the best of the best.
It sounds like it's gonna be good. So anyway, then there's a happy ending, and the whole movie's just kind of a love letter to the superhero movies that came before. A love letter to what's come before. I like that. Yeah, you know, a nice way to say goodbye to the past and let it go. No, I don't like that part. I'm not gonna do that part.
We're gonna till you're 90. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi, this is Ryan George from The Thing You Just Watched. Please enjoy this slideshow from The Thing You Just Watched.
His facial expressions.
Oh, that guy never came back.
Nope. That guy's.
The producer is just
Something's wrong with
in the
him.
hospital. You know, I was very curious to see how he was going to tackle this one. Ryan George is the one to always point out fallacies in the plot, right?
Right.
Always. And he'll point out things that like you didn't even pick up on, right? Like, even like the thing with the Fantastic Four characters getting killed off twice in a row. I'm like, oh shit, like
You're right.
I didn't clock that. This must have been an interesting experience for him because he sort of had to throw away his Ryan George isms, you know, in watching something, because it's like it doesn't matter that that there's inconsistencies. It's just like degaff. Like you just go in and have fun.
Yeah, he pointed these things out, and I didn't even think about them until he started pointing them out. He makes a good point. The MacGuffin and our stakes raising are really just cut and dried. Like, all right, we need this to happen in the movie now. They happen in the movie now. It didn't detract from that any. In another film, it may have felt shallow.
Yeah.
It may have felt like a lack of depth. And yet somehow I was fully strapped in and along for the ride.
Yeah. I remember coming out of the theater and I just was floored at how strong the movie was.
Yeah.
All around. And I remember seeing comments from, I don't know what they're called, detractors or negative Nancys. You know, people just didn't enjoy it as much as I did. They're like, oh, the plot was weak. And I'm like, what did you think you were going to go watch?
Yeah, what Deadpool movie has had a strong plot?
Yeah.
Like, Deadpool 1 objectively had the standard superhero plot, which is pretty ironclad these days and hard to do wrong.
Yeah.
But it's still not, like, world-endingly deep or earth-shatteringly changing. It's a Deadpool movie. You go for the fun of Deadpool.
Yeah. Sintel pointed out to me, he's like, it's a spoof movie. And I'm like, oh yeah.
It is.
It is a spoof movie.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that.
For sure.
Because it's not just like him participating in the MCU and breaking the fourth wall. It is literally making fun of things, and to the point that it is a spoof. You could literally do anything you want. And the fact that there's a plot in there at all, it's like you should be happy.
It's icing on the cake at that point.
Like the fact that you have a thread that you can follow. You're getting more than you paid for already with that kind of movie. And, you know, Hugh Jackman has his moments where he's like really giving it.
Yeah, no,
you know?
Hugh Jackman is really bringing some strong depth and emotion to the whole film, and his character actually has like a redeeming arc. And
Both of them, yeah.
And both of them have excellent emotional beats. Like there's absolutely every hallmark of a good story and plot line within the film that is also just packed to the nines with funny spoof comedy bits and moments.
Yeah.
But the comedy is clever. It never overdoes itself or seems shticky.
Yeah.
And the story is enough of a bare bones to prop it all up on that it makes for a satisfying whole.
Yeah. I remember being in film school and the teacher talked about Chaplin, right? And he talked about how there's this, I think the movie's called The Kid. And he talked about how Chaplin was like such a master of what he did, that he could make you laugh 1 second and then immediately cry the next second. And it's like it takes a very skilled artist to do something like that. And I've experienced that with other films since then, but like in Deadpool, I had some interesting moments where he was like in that scene he was in the meeting with Favreau at the top, right? And he's like getting kind of welled up and talking about what he wants, and I'm like, he's so good, because like I'm actually buying into what he's saying. And then he completely undercuts it and goes, I should be saving this, right? For the big guy.
For the big guy,
you know,
this is the moment I need to,
being able to like ride between some emotional content and ha-has. So that's what made the movie work so well for me, is like when he needs to, he'll go there. You know, the scene in the diner where, you know, he's like, you know, from where I come from, you know, Wolverine's the dude. He is the X-Man.
He is the guy.
And then Hugh Jackman, you know, buttons it with, well, not where I'm from. And that like, that simple line is like deep. It says so much.
There's so much to it.
Yeah. And so I thought they played off of each other very, very well, not just for comedic chemistry, but for dramatic chemistry as well. I love that Ryan George in this video was sort of like, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine, you know?
I'm going to point these holes out, but none of us care, right?
Exactly.
No one's going to be mad about it.
Yeah. The film addressed something that I had a criticism of, which is Hugh Jackman is entirely too tall to play Wolverine, right?
That was one of my favorite moments from the movie.
And
look at you, comically accurate short King Wolverine.
Yeah. No, it's like when I saw that, I shut up. I was like, yeah, that's why you don't do that. It would just be, no, you don't do that.
It'd look ridiculous.
I still, there's a part of me that still feels bad, because like I've seen a lot of short people that are yoked and could probably be that Wolverine. But at the same time, it's like, is it going to have the same resonance as, I don't know, you know, who knows? There's a part of me now that like, at some point, Hugh Jackman's going to retire. Let's get that 5'2" guy in there.
Yeah, let's try it out.
Let's just see what happens. You know, just let's see. Roll the dice. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
Michael Boose.
Peace out.